let's take a nice little drive down the Midwest to Ebbing, Missouri, where we might come by a nice old road that isn't used anymore because of the interstate and see three billboards right outside Ebbing, Missouri. As we start this new episode of Fishy Film Friday, we like to recognize the Martin Luther King Jr. weekend, which also falls on Robert E. Lee's birthday, and we'll see how both those intersect into this movie. Yes. Dolly Parton, Robert E. Lee, Martin Luther King, and my late grandfather, who had been turning 102, all born on the same day, not the same year, but all share the same birthday. And a little fun fact, the only senator to vote against Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday from becoming a national holiday was...
Joe Biden?
John McCain.
John McCain.
Really? What? That's crazy.
Yes.
What was his reasoning?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a variety of reasonings, but later in his life, he regretted it, and he tried apologizing by getting the pardons for, I forget what civil rights leader it was, but besides the point.
And he turned his thumb down. And stuck it up his ass because he's got dementia. Danny doesn't remember the thumb down moment from John McCain at all. They were going to get rid of Obamacare, and he went up and he thumbed down.
It was like Gladiator. Yeah. Yeah, so this it was a 2017 film, kind of flew under the radar for a lot of us, follows a lot. I'm going to check in with you guys in a moment, but it is a 2017 film that I love the cast for it, and I didn't really find out until about a year ago. But before we get too deep into this fishbowl today, let's check in on our other swimmers in this school. And I'll begin with the man of the hour, Mr. Tim Apple. How you doing, Timmy?
Well, I've been better. It's been a lot. I've been better before. I'm going to be honest. This is going to be a tough one. This is not really in the mood to joke
Tim
around.
Tim is seriously affected by the Minneapolis shooting of Renee Good.
No.
What are you upset about, Timmy?
Scott Adams died.
Oh.
The creator of Dilbert, and in one of the purest sense of love the art, not the artist, we just lost a great artist.
And by art, you mean his work fighting...
His podcast.
Woke.
Fellow podcaster, and he apparently loved Fishy Film Friday, so...
he was a subscriber. I hope his legacy does go.
Sorry.
Tim, what did he pass from? He had a terminal cancer?
He had pancreatic cancer
my grandpa.
Wow.
Pancreatic cancer that turned into bone cancer, I believe.
Which is connected to this movie, as one of our characters suffered from pancreatic cancer.
It is true. But yeah, Scott proving again that the Fauci ouchie can lead to some dire consequences. So we know who won in the end, who were right in the end.
Well, Scott is up there with our Heavenly Father and the Holy Spirit. Looking down upon us, and we got to just make sure we live out his legacy as best as possible.
I absolutely agree. Try not to follow his doctrine exactly to a T, but pick and choose where you see fit. I'm going to say that. He sort of he would have loved Ebbing, Missouri as a place to live.
Do you think
all of us should make sure to clock in about 10 minutes after 9 tomorrow in honor of his critique of corporate culture, I think.
Yes.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
What about you, Danny?
I might wear a tie.
None of us had on our 2026 death list that we gave a few episodes back. Scott,
that's crazy.
Feels like a major oversight.
That's like a free layup.
Yeah. So, rest in peace for sure.
Scott did go out when America's on top. We have Venezuela. We do have Greenland, and I think we're going to have
and we have Minneapolis.
And Minneapolis.
And Ebbing, Missouri. I'm good. I'm also in mourning the end of my childhood due to the departure of Mike Tomlin. And rest in peace to the Steelers' 2025 season. We all knew it was coming. Almost more inevitable than Scott Adams' death.
Mm-hmm.
What else do I have to report on? I think that's actually it. God bless America.
God bless America, indeed. So, hey, let's get back on over to Ebbing, Missouri. A little bit of context of this. So we are led, directed, and written by.
Wait, I want to chime in one more time.
Oh, go ahead. You interrupt. Go ahead.
In the introduction just now that Missouri is in the Midwest. I kind of thought of it as the South. And
what?
So if you saw my animated fish face kind of questioning things, it was realizing I have no idea where Missouri is.
Well, you could consider there is arguably Missouri is kind of one of those middle states, as it was a border state like Maryland in the Civil War, where slavery was accepted and practiced there. And Huckleberry Finn takes a lot of place in Missouri.
Oh,
they go down the Missouri River past St. Louis, all the way down to the Mississippi. So. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
For some reason,
that
blind spot happened in my life.
Yeah, well, and they use some of the same language in this movie that they use in Huck Finn.
Yes,
yes, that is absolutely true.
Is it okay to say the N-word in a podcast episode if you're recounting an event?
I'm not gonna.
Because do you remember the school debates about Huck Finn where it's like, can teachers say the N-word?
Yeah, and they would make kids read the N-word out loud. when reading Mockingbird and To Kill a Mockingbird and Huck Finn.
I have a very good memory of a classmate. We were doing popcorn around the room, and a kid got popcorned right before that word. I mean, it was, and he said it, and it was pretty damning.
I'm gonna admit, I said it. I said
we
it.
We know.
Yeah, but do I regret I said it? Yes, but I'm happy that I have this memory and I can share that.
It's a cool thing to admit.
Yeah,
on a podcast.
Well, we think of it this way: is like we're all at one point 12, 13-year-old young students, impressionable, and we were told by our adult supervisors that was okay. And you know what? At that moment, we should have questioned. And
okay.
I hope
in
one
many
day,
ways, Jared, your arc in life is the opposite of Scott Adams.
Yeah, I like to think I was a young Charlie Kirk at age 13, but I grew up.
You honestly were. Honestly, even 18, 19.
Yeah, sometimes you start realizing the pleasures of the flesh are just too much to resist.
Quite. Indubitably.
You're saying pussy turned you liberal?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
I think that's what you just said.
Your boy hole did.
Oh.
All right.
Get it back on track.
Get back on track. Get back in the fishbowl. Okay, Martin McDonagh? McDonagh. Okay. I was trying to find out how you pronounce his name. I'm not too familiar with his work, which I'm a little ashamed of.
You should be.
Yeah.
Because I looked back, and he is a BAFTA to the extreme.
Oh.
The man has won numerous BAFTAs, and his style of it's like this little dark humor with like just like some insanity to it, but it's still realistic. I very much enjoy. The only movie I was actually familiar with that he provided previous to this was In Bruges and Seven Psychopaths.
Bruges. This motherfucker's
Bruges. No, I know.
I've been with this motherfucker in Belgium, and he said Bruges.
Waterloo.
You didn't see Banshees of Inisherin?
Yeah, that's crazy that you haven't.
Wait,
seen
that was
Banshees,
him?
bro.
That's him, isn't it?
That's
him. Shit, that is okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Did you watch that movie?
I did. I like that. The two friends just hating each other.
Yeah, you guys had that moment about a month ago.
We did. We had a Banshees moment, but we overcame.
And you were the donkey.
What's his name? The short guy.
Oh yeah. Autism.
So we're provided with a pretty awesome cast because these are some of my favorites. Frances McDormand, who
our second appearance on the pod.
Yes, who wants a name from past one?
Blood Simple.
Her
debut where she met Joel Cohen and married him.
Yes.
Oh.
And you know what's funny? I thought this was a Cohen movie when I first watched it like a half a year ago, and then I found out.
I'd say there are some parallels between the Coen brothers and McDonagh, actually.
Well, because she's also, I like her a lot in Fargo, like the OG one.
Right.
Yep.
She's the pregnant sheriff or police chief, so I thought that was pretty cool as well. We also get Woody.
She has the most Oscars of a woman.
I think she's
Meryl
the only
Streep.
one.
No, she's tied with
I think she's the only one that has a trifecta of like
yes.
Oscar. I'm looking
But
at
she
this.
also has something like, what's her name?
She is an amazing actress.
She's one of the, I think, all-time goats.
And people forget that she's a goat.
She is a quiet goat.
A mute goat.
Yes. I like to think my wife as a mute goat sometimes. She is quite the goat.
She's the second woman to win Best Actress 3 times after Katharine Hepburn.
Triple crown of...
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. That's incredible.
What were the 3 films she won Best Actress for?
I believe this.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think Nomadland.
Oh, yeah.
And then, well, I don't know the other one.
It wasn't Mississippi Burning, which I was looking up.
It was.
It was?
No, that was, I don't know. Who
right,
fuck cares? Let's move on.
Who cares? Yeah, no, true goat, true
Fargo.
masturbator.
Fargo. Fargo. That took me 2 seconds to Google. How did you guys know?
Okay, well, guys, it's fine. Keep it going. We also get Woody. Okay, so Frances is Mildred Hayes, who's our main protagonist throughout this. A very troubled, grieving mother who's also divorced, who had her daughter recently murdered about 9 months prior, and it was a potential gang rape, and murder and burning alive, and the police have done nothing about it. And
has that ever happened to you guys?
Being upset with the police, yeah.
Oh no, that's not what I meant.
Oh no,
I haven't. One of the all-time great cop-hating films.
Yeah,
but I also saw a lot of redeeming qualities in Cops too.
No, that's one of my main gripes with the film.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a differing opinion on it. When she's in the beginning of the film, she goes about and gets this idea in this small Midwest, which I don't know if we would call Missouri Midwest. Now you're making me question it because there's more Southern vibes. You're
right. I think I'm an idiot. So
yeah, where she wants to put up 3 vacant billboards that have just been not doing anything for decades, to bring attention about her daughter's murder that has been unsolved by the local police. Where the 3 billboards we find out say raped while dying, second billboard, and still no arrests, and third billboard calling out the chief of police. How come, Chief Willoughby? Which we are later introduced to the chief, Woody Harrelson, which I love me a good Woody in almost anything he does.
I also love a good Woody.
What are some of his...
It's important to have a good Woody if you're going to BAFTA-bait.
If you're going to BAFTA-bait, you got to start with a good Woody.
I was trying to think, like, what is he like known for? It's like, okay, True Detective.
Yeah.
White Men Can't Jump, Natural Born Killers. In Zombieland, of course.
Yeah, Zombieland.
He's in the Hunger Games bullshit.
Oh, right. I feel like he's in something more recent that he was good in.
Yeah, I'm pulling up filmography
Maybe
right now.
A TV show? I don't actually remember. But True Detective for me is the touchstone.
But I don't think he's ever won the... He's not an Oscar. Like, he doesn't have an Oscar.
He's in those commercials still with...
he's making bank.
McDonagh.
Yeah.
I forgot he was in 2012. No Country for Old Men. He was solid in that. I liked him in that.
Apparently he's a terribly nice guy.
Yeah. Oh, I already said Natural Born Killers, but that's an interesting movie if you ever get the chance to watch it.
Isn't there something about like his dad was a murderer or something and assassinated a judge?
What?
I don't remember that.
There's a thing where it's like, don't ask Woody Harrelson why his dad's...
Charles Boyd Harrelson.
Don't ask Woody Harrelson why his dad's name is Blue on Wikipedia. Is like the...
Yeah. Who was convicted of assassinating federal judge John H. Wood. The first judge ever assassinated. First federal judge assassinated in the 20th century. It's kind of cool, actually.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah. We also have our third main cast member that has just blown up tremendously in the past couple years, especially with his fame of his Best Supporting Emmy, was Sam Rockwell, who is the Officer Dixon, who is just meant to be kind of cartoonish, but we'll go into his character a little bit later. We also have a Peter Dinklage showing in this.
And I'm a big Dinklage head.
I'm a Dinkler.
I when I first saw him, I thought they were going to inject him in a very just dumb way, but I think they handled him, his dwarfism very well. It made his character just fun.
In general, I would say that he is relatively discerning when it comes to choosing his roles. And I think he's earned that because of his chops.
Yeah.
He's an excellent actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think his whole character is just like a punching bag in this.
No, I disagree.
He
has the best line. But I'll get to it.
There's also John Hawkes in this, who's Mildred's ex-husband. I don't know if you guys are very big about John Hawkes. He's in a lot.
He looks like Sean Penn a little bit.
He looks like Sean Penn with a drug problem. Some people have said that.
You're skipping over two of my favorite actors in this film.
Well,
which are the two young guys.
Two young guys.
Red is a good actor. I don't know what I've seen him otherwise in, but he's
the
good.
Advertiser.
And then Lucas Hedges is honestly a goat of the indie film world.
Dude, I am gonna be hard right, and say Lucas Hedges plays the same character every time, and I'm really not blown away. But like just being like angry teen, like I'm brooding.
No, he's emotional. He does the emotional swing from angry to sensitive so well.
I think
I liked him in this. Well, we also got there's a baddie in here, and we'll hit her up now. Samara Weaving as Penelope, who is the ex-husband's young girlfriend.
Does she have an accent?
No, that's Australian. That's the wife of the police
multiple.
chief.
The Abby Cornish is the police chief's wife.
Oh,
there aren't multiple Australians in this.
Wait, who's the hottie you were talking about, Jared?
You're talking about the dumb girl who's dating.
Who cared about that character?
Yeah.
Dude, you go back. She's hot. But Abby Cornish is also Australian.
Jared's like, oh, this girl who's supposed to be 19 years old in the movie is so hot.
Okay, she's like 26
in the mature Australian woman.
Both of them are good.
Why does she have an accent? Why is she Australian?
Yeah, it's really confusing. How did they meet? How does she end up in Ebbing, Missouri?
I want that backstory.
Why is she so obsessed with this racist police chief, like boning on the side of a lake while their children are fishing? Like,
I mean, that's like that scene.
I get it.
That touched the heart.
Well, okay, so let's go into this. So the protest that her billboards do create a big shitstorm.
Wait, we skipped one more character that I'd like to point out.
Who?
Lester Freeman.
Yes.
Notorious stickman from The Wire.
The Wire, baby. Yeah, you named the one.
Oh, Clark Peters.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I just know him as Lester. He's a great character.
Yeah, I kind of wish they would have given him more screen time, because when he first came in after he took over as police chief, that was pretty badass.
Yeah, that guy's badass.
Yeah. So, all right. These billboards ignite a shitstorm, and I loved how
she... All cops are bastards, except for that guy when he plays a cop on screen.
She launches them on Easter Sunday. It's been 9 months. There's no progress on her daughter's case, and it's the classic capturing of Americana during this time. And I think this has been around forever, and especially on how the law enforcement treats rape cases, is we're going to get more pissed about a billboard that just poses a question than the actual problem that it's trying to address in the first place. And
can I touch on the art of the art of the billboard?
Yeah, the fonts, all that. Let's hear
it. Very striking. Like,
I love it.
You really actually have to have a good design eye to really make it look like that. You have to have good stencils. It's an impressive billboard.
Yeah,
and she didn't have to buy them. Like, she could have just gone out there and wrote it and like.
Yeah, this guy didn't even know he owned them.
Yeah, it's interesting she did it through legal mechanisms,
which gives you a little bit of insight, and I like this, because let's just take Mildred at face value. Single mother, was battered as when she was married, abused by her husband, kind of a broken home, works at like a gift shop in a small town that doesn't really get people. Really interesting how she was supporting two children, but it definitely was struggling to make ends meet. But she has this like basic level of education or intuition on how to properly go about this. Like, she methodically planned how she was going to address Red, the guy who was in charge of the billboards, and like how she wanted to make sure they just weren't going to pop up and be taken down right away unless through
the contract
vandalism.
move is important.
Yeah. Which, you know, you got to give people, as I go throughout a lot of like random vendors or merchants in like this part of America where you kind of give people, you get a little doubtful on their like business skills or practices.
Right.
Honestly, never to doubt people who are driven by a mission or by a purpose like that. They're going to figure out the right way to do it.
Even if it's on a handshake and there's no.
Yeah. I also
got to have it in writing.
Yeah, I also thought it was a little crazy the amount she paid for that. I would have worked it down, but money wasn't the main factor for it at that moment.
Yeah, that's an insane price point.
Yeah.
Is that realistic, do we think?
No, dude, you can get like a prime billboard on like a main interstate for like $800 a month of that size.
I don't know if that's true.
No, it is. I buy billboards.
On a main interstate?
Yes.
What billboards are you buying?
For the park. Yes, for sluggers.
Oh, for sluggers.
Now, there's also there's demand hikes and all that depending on time of the year and length of how long you want it up there. And then there's setup fees and tear down fees. But all in all, you can go anywhere from like $800 to $1,100 for like your average cost. Some are going to be more than that, of course, Tim. I don't know how billboards are in your neck of the woods in marketing. And also there's wondering of how effective some billboards are. If you ever look up Tim Misney in Cleveland, he's an attorney that has, an injury lawsuit attorney who has probably the most prolific number of billboards out of any other law firm in the entire country.
What about, have you ever seen I Hate Steven Singer?
Yeah, in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
It's
about rings.
Dealer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. You should know that since you're in the hand jewelry market.
Hand jewelry.
Madame.
So the town just starts riling everything up. She has a son who's Lucas Hedges, as you mentioned before, who's in high school. So this
poorly
is obviously
acted.
How would you like this acting to go? We'll dip into this
Just
now because it's the second time.
Give me something. Give us anything. It's like, yes, Lucas. Yes, Lucas. Give us nothing. Give us like we all could have done the role.
He's a 17,
and
18.
Danny, you just think he's good because you like yourself a brooding teen.
No,
how else would you have acted?
I stand by my take about the anger to sensitive. I think that's a hard.
I got a knife. I'm going to cut my dad's.
But that's what boys are now. That's what boyhood is.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a break.
Sometimes you raise a hand against a parent and you immediately regret it and feel guilty about it.
I just wasn't impressed.
He's so good in Lady Bird.
I forget I forget.
He's the boyfriend in Lady Bird.
He's better than that. This is Manchester by the Sea Part 2.
He's gay?
Yeah. Could be in this movie.
Is he gay?
No, he's gay in Lady Bird, even though he's the boyfriend.
So people are upset in this town because, of course, the chief, Bill Willoughby, who's Woody Harrelson's character, is very well respected. Which is also a fun part to think about, like how police chiefs are in your guys' communities, and if they are seen as like truly a figure of respect and not just authority. I think those of you who've been in more highly centered urban centers, it might be different because your distance and your interactions with police chief might be a lot less. I just want
to say real quick, fuck Danielle Outlaw.
Is that the lady from Philly?
That's the bitch that tear gassed my ass. Fuck that bitch.
Wasn't she just fighting against? Is that the same chief that is now like just was on doing a thing against ICE the other day?
No, I feel like she might be out of that position post 2020.
Why were you getting tear gas, Danny?
I'm not sharing that on the record.
Somebody was walking on a major roadway.
He was just driving his dog in a Honda Pilot and made a 3-point turn.
Baltimore has a bad history of police chiefs. Very bad. A lot of them get ousted. There's like one every new year. But the current one is actually, I think he's been in for like 5 years. He's doing pretty good.
And you're whipping out the patch again to put on the dashboard?
I don't even need it because things are going so well.
This is a dashboard confessional moment.
Tim just putting his blinders on.
What do you mean blinders?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Is your neck of the woods doing okay right now? No one's getting kidnapped?
No, I mean, listen. You got to glass half full sort of situation. Sorry, like your town, like somebody stole a somebody stole Mrs. Johnson's eggs from the chicken coop, and it's like a manhunt, and they start
throwing guys out windows,
killing people because of it. I mean, it's like crazy. So some people have to deal with real issues.
Interesting. All right, let's get back to the plot line. So the town's in a rustle because they're all going after Bill Willoughby, the chief, and his little deputy, who's just an officer. I don't think you call him deputies. Dixon, it's Jason Dixon, played by Sam Rockwell, is all pissed off. Now, this guy has a history in the town because supposedly in the recent history of this, he detained and tortured a black man, which he makes sure he corrects people and says tortured person of color, which was just an absolutely great item here, because I feel like although this movie is almost,
I didn't find that
old,
funny when I was like, this guy's ignorant. And why is he still in the force?
Some of the jokes they get away with in this movie in 2017 are really impressive.
Yes.
Especially for BAFTA bait.
A little background on this Dixon guy, besides him abusing his power, it took him 5 years to get to the police academy, which is funny because like police officer academies are like 6 months to a year. If you work for Department of Homeland Security, it's a 2-week online course. So honestly, Jason Dixon, I think they need to bring this character back in a sequel where he is a DHS officer.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
Takes place in Kenosha or something.
Yeah, you could put him there. Yeah. Honestly, this town Ebbing seems like it'd be a great breeding ground for like a Kyle Rittenhouse type character.
And Ebbing is not a real place, correct?
No, it is not.
I'd like to talk about the town just quickly.
Yeah, hit up the town.
Because we see shots of the background of sort of like the main street throughout the film.
Mm-hmm.
And we are uniquely qualified to talk about small towns. We were learned in a small town. We all have history with small towns in one way or another. The main street is constantly packed, more than a city, in my view. In this, it just didn't give me the sense of a real place at all. And
because I think it's smaller than the small town we were in, and the small town we were in was somewhat exceptional in many ways.
The tourism.
And it was a college town.
Yeah. No, I think I drive through small towns like this all the time, and you have people on the street all the time. It's just how it is, because you got nowhere else to go. That's your entertainment. You go to the local crappy diner. It's the big cities, like you drive through downtown Cleveland or something, middle of the day, it's dead. Nobody's walking around. Now, also that goes into what pedestrian friendly towns are too. So there's bigger infrastructure conversation.
Very different than that, but yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say your two cities that you interact with much different. All
right.
I'm also it's okay. Dixon's pissed off. He goes into Red's advertising firm, threatens him to take it down, confronts him on the street, and has a very public encounter where the chief Willoughby has to pull him off. So you already know that Dixon is a little bit of a hothead that thinks that he can just kind of get away with whatever he wants at certain points. Which, how often are you interacting with police officers with this similar attitude that?
Not often.
Get away about it.
A couple times in my life.
But my blood was boiling when he treats people. He treats nearly anyone in the movie. I'm like, my blood boils seeing him. So I think he's pretty effective.
Yeah, Rockwell plays unlikable very well.
I do love a good Sam Rockwell. Later on that same Sunday or the day after, after the billboards are freshly up, Mildred knows that people are pissed off. She says, I don't really care. One of her best friends, Denise, who's the shop owner, black female, is very happy for her. And you can tell Denise has been brutalized and harassed by the law enforcement in the community, but she has her back. Also really cool boss. She's really flexible with her hours and lets her kind of show up when she needs. I really
what is the job? Like a gift shop? Like
gift shop. Selling like little fun things.
Yeah, this company's going out of business. This shit store.
So I do love though, because people are trying to change Mildred's mind. Her son is kind of biting his tongue and saying, "Oh, I've been, guys at school are giving me a little bit of trouble, a little bit of grief about it." The police tried talking to her about it. And then you have a Catholic priest show up at her house. And that was after she came home a little tipsy from the bar and walks into the room and says, "You won't believe this. The midget was trying to get into my pants."
Yes.
And then finds a priest at the table. Which, has there been anything recently in your guys' memory that you've walked into a room not knowing you had a guest and may have yelled something like, maybe not midget trying to get in your pants, or maybe that?
I mean, no. I put my foot in my mouth a lot, but not that way, I don't think. Have you?
Yeah, not usually from entering a room and not knowing who was in the room, but am I saying something bad all the time? Yeah, like 4 times a day.
Yeah. It's like after 7 hours with the person, I say something stupid and hurtful.
I'm guilty of that too, Tim. I'm guilty of that to my friends.
Why, Jared? Are you barging in the room saying crazy shit sometimes?
Yeah, I have. I think it's only like Rebecca in the room, and I forgot we have like my guy that I housel sometimes, my intern, and I say
your lover,
something,
my lover, and yeah, I say something like, "Oop, forgot I have other people here."
What kind of things are you saying?
I don't actually want to know what his dirty talk behavior is.
Don't worry about it.
He said, "Let's reenact the pig and the mouse right now."
Wait. Pig in the mouth.
Is that in this podcast?
Yeah, it's.
What was the context where you said
the movie when there are 2 elk and you asked a discussion question, what animal would you be? And he said a pig and a mouse.
I don't remember this.
What movie was that?
It was
in the comments.
Body and Soul and
and Maddie walked in on that, and right when you said that, it was really good.
Oh God. So the father is the Catholic priest is trying to give a lecture to Mildred about you should take the signs down.
And this is one of the few the only Catholic representation we get.
Well, we have some good questions about God and like his like Mildred's belief in God or what type of world.
She dunks on this priest. It was sick.
No, I had a problem with it, but go ahead, Jared.
Yeah. So the priest talks about, hey, I've taken people have talked to me, and she's like, "Oh, did you take a poll?" And she's like, and he's like, "Yes, I did. People came up to me after Sunday service, but you wouldn't know because you don't attend," which is a very annoying priest thing to ever say to a parishioner of like, you don't come to church and try to make them feel bad about it. You want to be a bit more welcoming to it, because not attending mass is considered a sin. But at the end of the day, that is a person's individual choice and should not be forced upon by the church. It should be they want to arrive to the mass. But the best part is Mildred comes back and talks about culpability and gives this example of policing in the 1980s in Los Angeles, where the city changed some laws that people who are associated with a gang, like the Bloods or Crips, could be held culpable for a crime that they might not even had anything to do with, or any know about, or not any part of the conspiracy. And she says, I like that policing strategy, because you know what? It goes back to, you could be sitting up at your priest house upstairs smoking on your pipe, while downstairs the altar boys are getting abused by your fellow priests because you are all part about this club, this gang. But you're culpable. You're part of this. Even though you don't know anything, you don't hear anything, you don't say anything, you're just as culpable. And was her reaction to trying to have him try to understand why Chief Willoughby, even though he might be a good man, the buck does stop with him. And that's part of leadership. And it's the burdens of leadership of taking a position like police chief. And she delivered that brilliantly. Amazing in my opinion.
Danny, I want to hear your take too. My take on this perplexed me, this exchange. Wouldn't it make more sense for there to be a cop in the room and she says this to him about culpability? She literally uses like the police as an example, but then is like, they take a dig randomly at like the Catholic Church. Like, it just felt not necessary for the film. And I don't know. It was like, okay, like, yeah, you got him. You got the priest. And then that's it for the character. They just got that ribbon on the church and that's it. just felt like really performative, frankly.
You thought it was really performative?
Have a police officer sitting in the chair.
I think
you can literally be like, boom, got him.
But I think she also had her moments like that with Willoughby, and I think Dixon ended up getting it figured out on his own after he got blown up in a fire. So I think there's a lot of character growth on their other two folks of Woody Harrelson and Sam Rockwell. And yeah, I think
I disagree.
Oh, interesting.
I'm going to weigh in.
Okay, Danny. Hey, tap in.
As our viewers may or may not know, I am the author of a definitive encyclopedia entry about what it means when a group does something together and how that relates to things like responsibility. And my take on the matter in view of that background is that one might say that men are kind of a gang, or perhaps that people in power are kind of a gang. And so you might draw a parallel between priests and cops in this way. And so you might say something like the fact that sexual assault is occurring in both the police situation and in the priest situation and in the random stranger at the bar situation suggests that there is a level of culpability for men, and perhaps more specifically men in power, for aiding and abetting the sexual assault of other people.
Okay, so you're going to put all men in there.
I think that might be a gesture that is being made in the film.
I see. That's interesting.
Especially with the little twist at the end about the presumed suspect, and then the fact that it wasn't him, but he does the exact same crime as someone else.
I like that. I do like that. And it's interesting this came out before Me Too movement, or like right before, didn't it? Or is this like around the same time?
It was about the similar time. It did come out prior to George Floyd. But you know, in 2017, 2016, when this was being made, it's not like police brutality on and police incompetency was not. It was, I wouldn't say the front question to being asked to people, but it was active.
It was after like Ferguson. It was after Freddie Gray. It was,
yeah.
I mean, mid 2010s, people were focused on police brutality, and what's his face is one of those, is an abusive police officer, and he's still on the force.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell.
Fucked.
Yeah,
keep it moving.
Yeah, keep it moving. Crazy thing. So that happens. She tells the priest, "Hey, Father, you can go ahead, finish your tea, and then get the fuck out of my kitchen." And the delivery from McDormand is just amazing on that. Like, you can, regardless of what you think of this scene, Tim, the delivery of what she provided. Come on.
I agree.
Yeah.
Scary lady.
I've
met some ladies like that. You guys met a lady like that? Scary old lady?
Yes.
Yeah, on occasion. People I respect.
Scarier than any man.
Yeah,
leaders. All the female Boy Scout leaders were like this.
What, you had female Boy Scout leaders?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't just like
Papa in the picture. You know what I mean?
I feel like
kind of a badass.
I feel like Mildred would have been a good Boy Scout leader. Yeah.
They got a lizard tattoo on their ankle. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Let's make a quick mention. Costume design in this whole film, amazing.
I don't know about that.
I mean,
this captured the people of that region very well. Like, whoever handled wardrobe here did a tremendous job of like.
Probably went to like a thrift store, like in Missouri.
That's what I'm thinking. They did, honestly, because like, you know, sometimes they make these folks look too nice. Often, the only house that I kind of thought was a little bit silly was Woody Harrelson's. How he had like this super nice ranch and everything. I'm like,
horses,
British, Australian wife.
Maybe the Australian wife brought the money in.
Could have, yeah. I thought they had a nice life there. So Mildred goes to the dentist the next day, and the dentist, big fat Jim dentist, was one of the people that complained about her billboards, and he's telling her she has to get a tooth out. She's a little suspicious, because he's about to extract a tooth or use the drill or something without putting Novocaine in. She ends up getting Novocaine, and then right before the dentist is about to extract the tooth, says something, he's about to start something out the billboard. She jumps him, takes the drill and stabs it through his thumb, rinses out her mouth and spits in his face. Badass moment.
Spit in the face.
With the blue juice, with the mouthwash.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, come on. Like, these scenes are just, they run after another and another. And I never got bored.
I just didn't find it believable. I don't know.
That's kind of the point of McDonagh, though, is the absurdism.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I thought it was, I didn't have to suspend disbelief. Like, I could see a silly thing like that going when you're fueled by enough rage. And I think it's a little bit, I get a little bit of like Tarantino revenge fantasy with that. Like, I kind of like it. It doesn't get too gory. It's all realistic, like, beatings. She later gets arrested, and taken to the police station, and because he wants to press charges. And that's where we really start learning about the true nature of Chief Willoughby's pancreatic terminal cancer. As when he's interrogating or talking to her, he coughs up blood in her face, which I really liked this character demonstration of just two people who are genuinely just want the right thing in their lives, and they're afraid of the world in front of them. As Mildred went into the nurturing type nature, take on the mothery role, and Chief Willoughby realized he was a helpless man at that point. As much as he wanted to give this persona, he is the one in charge. He's this respected authority. He's going to get it solved, but it's going to be on his timeline, his frame. We realize that this is reality. Everyone has a life on their own outside their job and uniform. And they are all humans at the end of the day with their vulnerabilities. And I think Chief Willoughby recognizes that as he says, let her go, as he's getting carted off in the ambulance.
I don't know. Maybe I'm pessimistic, but I just was like, oh, really? You're going to call him baby and like tend to his wounds?
Well, she doesn't have beef specifically with him, really.
She put a fucking billboard calling him out and saying she let a rapist on the loose.
She says at one point, like, that's to get the attention of everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because who's she going to call out? One cop?
And like, I think I buy the shift here.
Yeah. I really
don't know.
Her hardness is a caring hardness.
Right.
From the jump. And Willoughby is not an evil man from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree.
We get a little flashback.
He allows a racist police officer to be in his force and he's a good man. Yeah, the guy who like tortured a black person. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Willoughby is a flawed man. He's a flawed man. Doesn't mean he's a bad
People
man.
are like, oh, Willoughby. It's like, we actually like Willoughby because he has cancer. It's like, that doesn't mean like the character has good values just because they're sick. Like, he doesn't demonstrate at all other than being like, I don't know.
I think he demonstrates a lot of times that he's a good man later on in the film.
Yes.
And his identification of
when he
Dixon
blows his brains out.
I mean, in my view,
we'll get to this. This is going to be a big conversation point.
He took the hand that was dealt him and played it at the right time.
Yep. And
I'm sure his daughters love that.
His management of Dixon,
his Australian wife with the rack.
Yeah. Who has like an Oscar Wilde fetish. You got to think, he's a police chief. You are the fatherly figure of these small towns. Their world exposure might not be that of others, and you can fault them for what they're ignorant to. And what he is trying to do with Dixon, the racist, the cop who, and this is going to be an interesting dissection of Dixon. Is he genuinely a racist, or is this a product of his environment? I'm not excusing him, but is he a reformable man? And this goes into can racist people be reformed to become anti-racist? And with that, like, he saw that Dixon had a rough time growing up. His dad died or something like that. His mom seems to be alcoholic. Which, shout out to Mrs. Mack.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
No, I thought it was Charlie's mom.
No, Charlie's mom she's dead.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that's Mrs. Mack.
I mean, I can't see her in any role other than
drunk old.
She is typecasted.
Lady.
She is typecasted.
But she does it great.
I actually didn't find her that good in this. I think she's acting better in Always Sunny, to be honest.
When she doesn't say anything. Yeah, she's not a good actress.
She's doing fine, guys. Because also, like, I know cops that are like Dixon that have a shitty home life where they just go home and they're in their 30s and they have this gross mom at home that just smokes and reeks up the house.
It's
and
scary.
They're getting paid jack shit.
Yeah, there are people in Dundalk that do that.
Them being a cop is the best thing in their life for them. And that's a shit job to begin with.
Yeah. It's scary to think there are police officers that go home to that because, like, they have no reprieve.
Well, think of how many soldiers there are that go home to, like, fat wives and all that.
Oh, Jesus. That's why they get the Camaro.
That's why they look forward to deployments, man.
Oh, my God.
And that's why they come back with a Filipina on their arm and become an ICE agent.
Dude, yeah, shout out.
The ICE agents were, like, high school dropouts. Like, that was...
Well, that exists, too. That exists as well. Yeah, I wonder how many.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. If you're a high school dropout,
we want your subscription.
Leave
smash
a comment.
The subscription
in the chat.
Yeah, we actually could use a co-producer. We're looking for some apprentice. Hit us up in the inbox.
More than ICE.
Yes. And if there are any ICE agents watching this, this is actually a great use of your day. We actually encourage you to listen to this podcast. And honestly, listen to all the episodes and spend as much time as you want commenting and disagreeing with us. We want to learn from you, and spend as much time as possible in front of the screen and off the streets. We appreciate that. Anyways, we get a little flashback of Mildred as she's they're at her house, her and her son, and the son's looking in the bedroom, and Mildred is to their deceased daughter, Angela. And they're going to do a flashback of, like, the last time they ever talked to Angela. And it was Angela having a fight with her mom about borrowing the car, classic teenage stuff. And the mom said, "No, you can walk." And the daughter flips out and says, "I hope I get raped." And then Mildred replies and saying, "I hope you get raped too." And that's the last thing she ever said to her daughter before she was.
I mean, how stupid is that? I mean, is this like 8th grade writing? Like, are we kidding? And then the mom said, "I hope you get raped." And while she walked out the door, she was raped.
Do you think this is lazy writing?
Absolutely. Like, so cringy.
You never had, I'm not saying the actual end result, but you never had a sibling or yourself get in a fight with your parents and say something so bad, and then, like, you get worried about that ever.
I don't think so. Like, I grew up in a very...
Yeah, but you've seen me say the most fucked up shit imaginable, like, a million times.
Yeah, but, like, sure, you can say it, but then the person goes out and, like, actually gets murdered or, like, gets raped.
So
like...
I actually am questioning Jared's reading of this. I'm not quite sure that flashback is the flashback to the day that it happens.
No, it is.
I'm not sure. It's not specified that that's the case.
Oh, I saw it that way.
I was reading in a synopsis. And they say that's the last time.
Oh, okay. Then
I think it was that time because she's talking about, like, I'm gonna have to walk all the way there. It's like, and that's when she gets fucking.
That is a bit lazy. I'm gonna side with Tim. I didn't read it that way when I watched the film, and so I thought it was fine. But now that Jared is substantiating this, I'm siding with Tim.
It's cringe, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just don't include that. Just, like, have her slam the door.
Actually, in some way, like spoon feeding a narrative.
Yeah,
but it's the Green Book. Like, I got big Green Book vibes from this movie.
Off. No, you're so wrong on
this. Is like the Green Book, Missouri. Like, give me a break.
Get the hell out. This is nothing to the level of, like, spoon feeding people stupid narratives like the Green Book. Get out of here.
I'm just saying BAFTA bait.
There is some BAFTA debate moments. All right.
This podcast is about dissenting opinions and conflict and resolution.
But you know what? I'm not going to run out of the door and hope any of you guys anything bad happens.
Well,
we're going to keep pushing forward. So Willoughby has a couple conversations with Mildred, trying to get the case, getting some momentum going. She got a little bit of news coverage early on in the movie. People are, they're starting. It looks like there could be some potential progress, but of course, the fightings of the, between the chief and Mildred kind of are going. And then we get into this kind of extended scene of Chief Willoughby going out, hanging out with his family, going to the riverside or the lake, setting up this cute little fishing game where the girls have to stay on a blanket and grab fishing poles and magnets to get all the stuffed animals in the basket, while he and his wife go off and pork.
Okay, so there might be a murderer rapist gang on the loose. Let's leave my kid. I'm the police chief. Let's leave the kids who are too young to be playing this fishing game on the thing while I go pork. You kidding me?
No one's around.
No one's.
I'm sure no one was around when she got murked, bro.
Yeah, it was nighttime. She was on the side of a road, not in like a scenic overlook.
Yeah,
I think it's badass. I think that scene is badass. I think that guy is badass.
This happened the first time, and it happened the second time. I cried the first time. Second time, I got teary-eyed because I was prepared for it.
When he boned?
No, like knowing that whole
blows
sequence,
his brain out.
It's the idea of like he goes away. This is the best day of his life, and he writes in his letter. Let's just, for the sake of viewers, Chief Willoughby, after he has a very passionate lovemaking session with his Australian wife,
do we see it?
In the aftermath. Beautiful.
I mean, she does say his dick is good. She says,
how long did his nut? Right, and she's like 30 years hers junior.
Yeah, I was kind of curious on what that age gap was, but
she's obsessed with him, like loves him
because he's a cowboy,
he's a goat,
dude. He's badass. Besides giving cops.
That happened in True Detective
too. Do you know
how
many people die of cancer and can't actualize the best reality from that scenario?
Right, that's
almost
true.
Everyone.
So,
yeah. So he ends up going into his barn, saying goodbye to his horses, and does a very clean suicide. Bag overhead, note on the bag, call the boys, leaves letters, and like, let's just get into this. He went out on his own terms, giving, yes, his family the pain, but that pain, I think, is much more digestible than the pain that it would have taken months, or the lingering of what him withering away, him potentially straining them of all their financial resources. Yeah. America is an expensive place to die, and he died the right way.
Okay, I will give you that, but let's not traumatize his next generation.
The kids didn't see it. The kids aren't going to see it.
He did it clean. He gave everyone closure that they needed.
We've talked about suicide before on the pod, and I am a staunch suicide is never the answer. For some reason, you guys think, oh, sometimes it's the answer. Sometimes it's the answer. It's never the answer.
I think in this situation, it's the answer, and not only is it the answer, but he got like extra credit for the maneuver.
You got a gold star?
I would have
A+ gold star.
You know, the film didn't articulate, or it didn't demonstrate that he was like withering away that bad. I know, yes, coughing, hospital visits.
He went to the doctor once and got triggered and like ripped out his thing and left.
Yeah, I think he could have got a couple more good bone sessions and like lake days and little fishing trips.
You wanted to
see
it
on top. You don't want to be throwing a pick six in the final pass.
That is true. The Steelers way, he did it. This is how the Steelers would have done it.
Right, so he went out as if Aaron Rodgers, like after his last MVP, retired.
Yes.
Where living it out would be Steelers.
They would have went out if the postseason didn't exist, and it was Rodgers after the Ravens game.
Yes. I mean, I don't know if either of you have seen The Last of Us, which is honestly not a good show. But there's a similar scene there where there's the gay couple and the guy has like the perfect meal with his husband, and then he drinks a bunch of pills and they listen to music or some shit, and then he dies. And like that hit me similarly hard, where it's like you can do the long drawn out battle, you can do the thing where your family members are driving 8 hours every weekend to see you as you wither away, or you can like grab life by the balls and
that's not grabbing life by the balls.
You know, this is actually a current argument I'm having in my marriage right now. Because I made a comment like this to my wife of saying like, hey, like if I ever do get to this state, like I'm going to make sure things are good before they get bad. And how I determine that, I'll make sure you're in a good situation. I'm not, to viewer discretion, I'm not planning on killing myself, but
unaliving.
Of unaliving myself, I do not want to lose we cannot get demonetized. Bills are tight. We're in a recession. But we'll be fine. I got tons of Chevron stock. But with that, I will say I will bring my dogs with me and give them a good pet before I take the forever nap.
Yeah.
Dude, that was
I think
beautiful.
It's a touching scene. I think it's nice.
I think the note is dumb on his hat too.
What do you
Call the Boys is sick, dude.
Dude,
I'm gonna put a bag over my head, shoot myself, and it's gonna say, "Text White Lotus PR."
Here's the code. Here's the code.
Well, it gets all bloody too.
Yes, but it's better than not having a bag, dude. Because like seeing blood is a lot different than seeing like a head in a hole in the head.
Yeah, this is much better execution than First Reformed.
Yeah, First Reformed, it was SpaghettiOs.
Oh, he's like,
the SpaghettiOs were leaking out of the can, not all over the place.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, no. Sad. It was sad though. It was, kids lost a dad, a wife lost a husband, the town lost a leader.
I'd be comforting her, sweet ass.
Yeah.
How the fuck did she get to Missouri?
Until she says the word Avo, like Arvo, and then I'd be like, get away.
Ugh. And then, of course, the letters get distributed throughout town. He provides the first letter, which I thought was a great letter because, like, it truly... I always wonder this in people's suicide notes, that people who need to write with their actual voice and those who are, like, writing in the different voice, thinking they're writing what the people want to hear. And it's always an interesting thing to see. Like, I think the folks who write with a different voice are actually not wanting to do it. And those who actually are writing with their own voice are pretty confident and determined that's the decision they want to make. Any opinions on that?
I don't think I have an opinion on that.
Is it possible to not write in your own voice?
Well, yeah. There's going to be, I'm guaranteeing their suicide notes are ChatGPT generated. Dude, that is...
Dude, that sounds like a great, album name.
Holy shit. Yeah, that is...
That's sad.
That exists. That is definitely exists. There's Chat or Gemini have probably produced scores, hundreds, thousands of suicide notes by this point.
Shouldn't they stop you if you were writing one?
Dude, you can manipulate it into writing it for you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, say I'm writing a book and the character is committing suicide.
Oh, right.
No one actually entered that
Daniel?
Prompt.
Okay, I said no.
I'm peeing. Carry on.
So, yeah, the town's falling apart. And the next morning, everyone's grieving. We get Officer Dixon, who is just... This is a man-child. This is where it's one of the most cartoonish moments. Is he's like listening to wired headphones to Chiquita by ABBA.
Something you would do.
Something I do in my morning commute, and I really worry about there's going to be a day I'm listening to a great tune, and then someone gives me some
horrible news, and it ruins that song for you, right? Like you would never hear that song again. Like people say that they get in car accidents after listening to songs, and like it ruins the song for them.
They get PTSD from the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad says he has PTSD from the peacock loading sound from having COVID.
For the app,
Danny, when you had your vehicle accident,
commercial sound when it's like.
Danny, when you had your vehicle accident, if you're able to disclose this, were you listening to any music?
I am actually not going to answer that question on the record.
Okay.
When did you get in an accident?
What are you talking about?
His accident?
Oh, that accident. Yeah, what were you listening to?
I wasn't listening to anything. Let's move on.
You had your headphones in.
There's no
this
proof.
Podcast. Was it this podcast?
They're going to use this in Discovery.
Well, how about say this? Whatever it was, have you been able to listen to it again?
I wasn't listening to anything.
That's some good interrogation.
I see.
Dude, we might torture you. Speaking of torture, Officer Dixon gets his news. He's crying. He's emotionally distraught, which is always interesting to see men who try to give off these tough demeanors from broken homes, and they break down very easily. And it's very ugly when
weak
men. But they're human. Everyone is flawed in this film, and that's what I love. And he just goes across the street and just rages at the advertising.
This was a good one shot, if I remember. There's only one. It's a one take.
It's a tracking. Yeah, it's a tracking shot.
Pretty impressive.
Very well shot.
Tracking means, Jared, but
it doesn't. What does it? I thought tracking is like it's following his movement.
John,
it's on. Well, that would have to be on a track in order to be tracking. So I guess I don't think it was a tracking shot necessarily.
Okay. Well, I got a little bit of Birdman vibes from this.
That's not tracking either. Birdman's all handheld.
But it was probably like a handheld steady cam.
Okay. Well, I learned something. That's what this pod is about. We all learned about something about showbiz.
Showbiz.
And
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
We know a lot about Hollywood.
Yeah. And he goes and just beats the shit out of Red, throws him out the window, uses his police baton to break open the glass. Red's out in the street, just broken bones and whatnot. And then the cute little oblivious secretary who's like, I kind of wish we got more into her character.
Yeah, she's kind of the biggest babe of the film, in my opinion.
He's very underrated babe. Yeah, the whole Red. There's just so many great side characters that you'd like to learn more about.
They set up her character just as another dumb woman. Punch her in the face. That's all it is.
And punch her in the face.
That's her whole character. Down. Oh, okay, cool.
And
Thanks
then
for writing that character.
Dixon goes out and just gives Red a few more socks in the face in front of the whole street, and then that's when we get Chief Abercrombie, the new police chief, witnessed it all.
Is his name really Abercrombie?
Abercrombie, yes. Tim, I can tell you don't like a lot of these items in this movie.
I just like, I think I'm trying not to be in a bad mood about it.
Yeah, well,
but some of the choices in this thing.
Well, it gets even better yet. Is that Chief Abercrombie, a black man, ends up coming into the station after Dixon did all this because he needs to introduce himself, and the sergeant at the desk gives him attitude. What can I help you with? And he asks, what's his name? And he points at his name tag, says me. What are you, hard of reading? And I thought that was a great little bit. Hard of reading. That's something new. That was
funny.
And I'm going to start using that. One of my favorite things are like, what you eat for breakfast today? A bowl of stupid? But I think hard of reading is a bit funnier. And immediately, when you walk into a situation like that where there's
I'd like to say, what are you, hard of smelling? Like
what are you, hard of thinking?
Yeah.
Hard of thinking.
Are you hard of coming?
Hey, I have two of these things we've talked about. Anyways, Officer Dixon gives him attitude as well, and the guy's like, I'm your new chief, which, like, who's going to walk into the police station, claim their new chief, and when are you going to you're going to keep giving them that attitude? I thought that was a little bit silly. Like, these cops are that dumb about their careers that they're, like, giving this guy shit after the fact. And then he fires Dixon right on the spot. And love the part where, turn in your gun and give me your badge. Dixon can't find his badge, and the guy's like emptying his pockets like it's like he's like Snickers or Starburst in there. I must have lost it in my window incident, which is also just funny too, because I really wonder if this is going to start popping up online of like people taking ICE agents like accessories as they're doing stuff. Because I think about these, I'm like, all these guns are
like Stanley mug out the car.
Yeah, like all this.
They're stealing Stanley mugs.
They should. No, they should not. I do not actually promote that. They should actually be giving Stanley mugs because these guys are out in the cold winters of Minneapolis. You muted yourself for that. Thank you.
Dab on them.
That was really nice. So Dixon gets fired. He doesn't really quite know how to process it right away.
Go home to mama.
Mildred ends up is in her, we transition to Mildred in her little gift shop. There's a really creepy, scary man coming up trying to intimidate her. He throws a $7 rabbit at her, which.
And who is that guy?
Well, that's a criminal, and the film that leaves up to, we don't know for sure if that is the man that could have potentially been the perpetrator of the rape against Angela. But we do find out later he is potentially the one. He's from Idaho, and he was potentially a rapist that confessed to another crime.
That's the same
guy. I think it's the same guy, but we don't ever actually know for sure. And we are getting ahead. As he's trying to intimidate her, this guy's saying some insane shit like, "Oh, and what if I was the one that killed your daughter and raped her? She was real good looking. I would like to take her out." Like saying crazy shit like that. Like, dude, I don't know. I don't know how I would have handled that situation. That's where I like having a gun on me.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would pop the fuck off.
Yeah. Danny, I feel like your anger in that situation, that man would have been dead, or at least have a concussion.
Yeah, I think dead probably.
Yeah. Tim, how would you responded to that situation?
My Wi-Fi is crapping out right now.
So Dixon beats the shit out of Red, and we're back. Dixon beats the shit out of Red. The town is in a whole kerfuffle. Mildred gets intimidated by that guy, but then she's saved because the wife, Chief Willoughby's wife, comes in with the letter to hand to her and talks. And Mildred says, "I'm sorry." The wife kind of does. I thought the wife gave a pretty nice response back of like not blaming Mildred for his death, but also not letting her off the hook for it.
She seemed upset about it.
Yeah, but
she's pissed.
But I think it's more so she's trying to figure out. She asked a great question of like, what do you do the day of your husband kills himself? Which I actually sat there and thought, I'm like, not that I've ever had to deal with like a relative or someone killing himself, but like, a death of a relative, like what you do that day of. Like,
I think you get a really nice meal and you just sort of eat it really quietly at home.
A nice succulent Chinese meal. No, that question does remind me of what's his name? Pete in Mad Men when his dad dies in the plane crash.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "What do I do?" he asks.
It's like, you go home.
What do I do right now?
Well, the thing is, Pete didn't like his dad, so it's sort of that was tougher for him for another reason.
Well, and like Willoughby's wife is like 12 hours post boning, like that girl still has some of like his seed in her probably.
That's interesting.
Yeah, dude.
Dead man seed.
Dead man seed.
That could go like a Pirate of the Caribbean movie.
Dead man seed.
Yeah. And then she's like, "Oh, my two girls are in the car. I better get back to them." Which I thought was kind of funny because how often were you left alone in the car at that young age of like 6 or 7 for extended periods of time?
I think a lot. I used to spend a lot of time alone in the car.
Yeah, same here. I'm like remembering times of like kindergarten.
Motherfucker, like sometimes
my mom was not bringing me in the store.
Car in the grocery store.
Yeah. Well, I had a little bit of me at like age 5 or 6 where my mom stopped bringing me in stores because I kept stealing stuff. Like we go to Dollar General, I'd steal like Hot Wheels, and then she's like, "Where the fuck did you get these?" And then she'd make me go back and like hand them to like the 18-year-old cashier. And be like,
sorry, I took this.
I took this.
That sounds like Left-Handed Girl, a great film on Netflix.
Yeah. Later, they're driving.
If you think that's fucked up 5-year-old behavior in a store, I would.
Oh, were you screaming? Were you a screamer?
I would only walk into a store with like a Halloween like costume mask over.
That's autism, bro.
And one time my grandma told me this and she goes like, "That was when I decided that you probably needed to go see a psychoanalyst."
Why did you wear a mask like that?
I don't know. Who knows? No one knows.
I like to think he was wearing like the eyes wide shut mask.
No. It was like a mouse or some shit.
Were you the mouse on the pig?
Yes.
Why were you wearing a mouse mask at the store?
It's like a shyness thing or something.
I'm shy.
Yeah.
I think we need to have a dinner with Danny's parents without him just to hear some good like backstories.
I would be left in the car as a kid sometimes, but I would get I had a bad sense of time. And I would think they're gone, they're dead, mom's dead. And a couple times I would like get out of the car, like freaking out, run into the store and get someone to call my mom to come to the front desk at Target or whatever. Because I was like, I thought she was dead, but she wasn't. She was pissed.
I'm sorry to hear
brand
that.
for John somehow.
She's dead. My mom's dead. Call her.
The way you behaved when your mom left you alone in the grocery store tells you a lot about a person.
Yeah,
it's true.
Shit. All right. Later that same time, later in the day, Mildred's driving back past the billboards. Someone committed arson against them. She tries her best to put them out with a fire extinguisher, which she has like an industrial level fire extinguisher in the back of her, like.
Yeah, why?
I wonder that too. Like, did she think this was going to happen, or is that just something people drive around with?
And then her son gets one very quickly too.
Yeah, I guess they live pretty close, which makes sense that because that's like within walking distance of where the girl got murdered. Yeah, really sad scene because you really see a mother like try. This is the only thing keeping her daughter's memory alive at this moment, and like that. I don't know. It made me a little sad.
Wait, what are we talking about?
When the billboards caught on fire.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking about grocery stores.
I'm thinking. Yeah. Past that, she's pissed. And what she does as retaliation is some good old domestic terrorism against police stations. Fucking Molotov cocktails the police station because she thought it was empty. Meanwhile, Dixon's in there reading the letter and catches on fire, and she sees him jump out the window. It's like, oh shit.
Ridiculous.
And this is where the movie starts really getting fun because like Peter Dinklage is just like out on the street and like helps her like form an alibi and all this shit. Which fun
goat status, absolute goat status.
Dude, yeah, he was thinking with his nut right there.
Dude, he saw his opportunity and took it, and he did it in a classy manner too. Like
you got to make yourself indispensable, and he really did that.
Dude. And like
that man's nut, little man's nut.
And you know what I give props to Peter Dinklage's character in this whole thing is like you're in the town being made fun of as the town midget. People say you belong in the circus. Do you juggle? Dude, the guy's fashion style. He's the best dressed person in this town.
What does he say his job is? I can't even remember. He sells used cars.
Imagine
walking into a used car dealership and you got to ask the guy, how do you know this car drives well? Can your feet reach the pedal?
Oh, come on now.
That's just rude. That's rude.
Little people can drive.
Can they?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've seen plenty of dwarves drive.
I had a friend in...
I think dwarves is the right
middle school, high school.
I've had this conversation recently with
a little person. And
yeah.
He was not a little person, and his dad was like a hotshot lawyer in our town, and drove like a fucking Escalade, and it was the funniest shit when that guy would get out.
Badass,
it was so good.
Because dude, that's like owning up to it and be like, I have the fuck you money now.
Yeah, but like. It's like it's like Shaq getting out of a punch buggy, but the opposite, you know. It's so good.
Shaq in a punch.
I think you guys need to talk to more little people.
I do, man. I have
because they just see themselves as normal
I have many
people.
Little people friends,
and they're not hard of reading.
They're hard of steering.
Okay, so to have the alibi. She goes on a date with Peter Dinklage at the nice little Italian restaurant.
Wait. We got to talk more about the firebombing because that shit was badass.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, her accuracy, incredible.
Yeah.
Second
oh my God. Woman with a mission.
Roberto Clemente
are a little bit more complicated to make than the average person is led to believe by media, and she crushed it with the proportions and the length of the cotton and then. Like, in terms of, like, political action, direct political action, have either of you seen One Battle After Another yet?
No.
Oh, yes, I have.
Like, that is a certain image of political action, and people are, I would say, valorizing Leo's character for his political action behaviors.
Wait, at the beginning of the movie.
You said one battle after the other. Okay, yes.
I know, he said it in a weird way.
I heard a different thing. Okay. Go on.
And my view is that this depiction of political action is like way cooler, way more effective, way more badass. And that's what I meant when I said like premier cop hating film. Like it really got me hard. Like that scene got me fucking hard.
Because it's at the local level. And it's so it's impactful.
Righteous. Like we talked about political violence in the first Reformed episode, and we asked if we were standing on God's standing on holy ground.
Standing on hallowed ground.
And
holy
this
ground.
bitch was on holy ground, and she acted with the spite and the fury of an Old Testament God, and it was fucking sick.
Wow,
I liked it.
She did have an arm like fucking Roberto Clemente in right field, throwing
Shout
that
out
plate.
Pirates.
She really did.
I think she needs to look at a career in like some professional softball out there in the Midwest. Minor league softball. Is your does your sibling still do professional lacrosse, Tim?
We're not talking about my family on the podcast.
Okay. Well, that wasn't like a burn. I was just generally curious, but okay.
Oh, sorry.
Imagine a Molotov cocktail on a lacrosse stick.
That's what I was thinking.
You could really huck it.
You could launch.
I don't think the league exists anymore. I think it they ended the league.
Antonio Brown bought the team and it folded.
Something like that.
Okay.
What?
He bought that indoor football team, arena football team, and it like fell apart.
Oh.
All right. Dixon, Sam Rockwell's character, gets hospitalized because he's just burned to shit. Which then in the hospital he's in the same room as Red, which also.
Okay, what fucking town what hospital puts the abuser in the same room as the victim?
They don't. The hospital staff doesn't know that, probably, even though it's a small town. But also, what country?
Give me a break.
What country has to put someone who should be in an ICU in like a general room of like someone who's just recovering from like bone breaks?
Yeah, like don't we have some people with connections to medical professionals on the pods? Aren't burn units like a specific wing of a hospital?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, they're saying that this hospital and this podunk town is so small that they only have like one room to treat every victim. Meanwhile, the fucking main street is packed with people and littered with people all the time. So it's like it can't make up its mind. What size town is this?
This movie is actually giving us a bunch of subtext to the issues of the American healthcare system. Who Dixon was probably uninsured because the police fired him at this moment, so he had no insurance. He probably didn't get 30 days, and
I'm surprised the fucking fat dentist wasn't in there with his thumb. I mean, like
that actually really funny. Yeah, that like little triangle of this whole story arc, just in there drinking orange juice. And I like this though because this gave a very amazing scene of PTSD when Red realized it was Dixon through his gauze and saw through, and when he started talking, and you get to see like the panic and his little panic attack he had at the moment. And I thought that was portrayed very well because like I've been in rooms where I see people who are confronted with like their rapist or their assaulter, and you see that type of just fear and like a just shockwave emotion overtake them to an extent.
Was the
no, don't tell me. Don't. No, I know what you're gonna say. No, I am not the assaulter in this story. If that's the joke you're about to make, and that's a mean joke.
I wasn't gonna say that at all. Okay, yes, I was going to say that, but I was going to say it in the context of you walking into a room when, like, you barge open and you say something, and
it's the same situation like the priest.
Yeah.
No, but also
what does a mouse's face look like when a pig walks into?
I don't know. Wear your mouse mask, asshole. I do like it though that Red still brings him the orange juice and even turns the straw to him, which shows you that. In that simple act of kindness, I think was a demonstration of like forgiveness and doing the right thing can exist even the most
humanity.
Flawed
yeah. So here's a question. Discussion question time. What is the precipitating event to Sam Rockwell character's change of heart? Is it A, the letter he receives from Chief Willoughby? Is it B, the fact that someone was pissed off enough that they lit his shit on fire and he had a near-death experience? Or is it C, the orange juice?
Letter.
The biggest influence is the letter, but the fact the other two things happened next to each other, they bookend each other. They didn't bookend each other. But yeah, I think that was a really great back-to-back. And I didn't think, Tim, I don't know if you disagree, but I didn't feel like it was forced. I didn't think it was silly. I thought it was very well executed, how they showed that quick transformation.
I know. I think you can see it even in his face, the way he's acting, like he's had a change of heart. I think it's fucking stupid they put him in the same room as the victim. Like, I think that's just another example of just like, did a sixth grader write this for a creative writing essay?
Go talk to your medical professional significant others and see
Both
if
of you just said something I didn't hear. I couldn't hear any of it.
See if overcrowded hospitals are an issue. Because sometimes you gotta put the enemy next to the.
It's a nurse's job to feed the orange juice, not the fucking patients.
We also forgot that we failed to mention that, like, and I think it's because it's the letter that had the biggest influence. Because remember what was the last thing he grabbed from the station as it was on fire?
The file, which I thought that didn't really end up having any plot relevance.
Did not.
Like, why did they do that?
Well, it showed that he was like, hey, I know I can be a good cop one day. I'm going to try to solve this on my own.
And to make her feel like, oh my God, I was so blinded by my rage that I almost got rid of the only thing like helping me solve the mystery. But I agree. They didn't do anything with it. Yeah. It would have made sense if they did something with it. They didn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
He refreshed the case a little bit. And that goes into our later thing where I'm going to kind of skip over the dinner a little bit of Peter Dinklage and McDormand, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much that happens besides the husband shows up.
Except she's mean to him. Like, I thought she should have been nice to him on the date.
Yeah, well, I think it's the husband enraged her.
Yeah, it would be pretty embarrassing to be.
Well, there is something about like there's a quote that's said by the 19-year-old girlfriend. Oh, yeah. She read it on a bookmark.
Hate begets hate or something, or anger begets anger.
Something like
one
that.
Of those two.
Yeah, I guess that was supposed to be impactful for her, but
yeah. Later on, the billboards go back up. We find out that Willoughby was the one who paid for another month of the billboards. There's a second set of prints that Jerome, the one black guy who put up it earlier, who
big
was
shouts out to
Dixon.
Jerome. We love you, Jerome.
Shouts out to all Jeromes out there.
We love you, Jerome.
And they have a nice little date. Peter Dinklage, the son, McDormand, everyone's putting up the billboards again. That's nice because I honestly thought the movie was going to end there.
Well, and this is the part that I alluded to earlier. Peter Dinklage delivers one of those things that Martin McDonagh remains relevant for, regardless of Tim's opinions, which is, some people can actually capture the human experience in like one sentence, and people like that are gifted individuals.
Sure.
And Martin McDonagh, real casual side character, not really important plot going on in the scene. He just little casually has Peter Dinklage say, I like holding ladders. They get me out of myself, which is just, I mean, I'm not even playing it up right here. Absolutely goddamn stunning. That is a fucking banger.
Why?
So relatable to me. Like, I also enjoy holding a ladder for someone, and it like makes you feel like you're useful.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking responsibilities for someone else's like life, and you're so locked in when you're holding a ladder. You know, you're never more locked in than when you're holding a ladder for someone. You're like, I gotta hold this thing. I'm gonna pay attention. I'm gonna keep my eyes up there in case they fall. I'm not gonna be texting on my phone. I'm not even going to daydream. I am responsible for this person's life. And that sentence, Dinklage doing it, that's what movies are about, baby. It was incredible.
I agree. I like it. I didn't take a note of that, but I did. I made a mental note of that same comment because it was fun.
It's so poignant. It's so perfect. It's pinpoint accurate.
Yeah. Later, Dixon gets out of the hospital and he goes drinking again. The man does have a drunk reputation in the town, as he does like to go to the local watering hole, which I really like that capturing of that bar. I did find out they filmed this in Black Mountain, North Carolina, and that is a real bar that I would like to go visit.
Shout out North Carolina. We love UNC.
Yeah, Black Mountain. I would like to. That could be a road trip to North Carolina. We could go walk. We could go find the billboards. Even though
I think they've been removed.
Potentially as a prop.
Oh, really?
Who knows?
They did really, yeah.
They were. It was a real case. Little side note. This is inspired by a real story, but not like the actual plot, but like the billboards themselves were an activist move that a family did in Texas about like an unsolved domestic violence murder.
Yes. And then they built the billboards in North Carolina, and they had to cover them up during filming because people were getting a little bit uncomfortable about the whole rape thing.
I didn't hear that part. Well, anyways, at the local watering hole, Dixon is soaking his sorrows, and the creepy guy who threatened Mildred earlier is at another booth adjacent to Dixon, talking about banging this girl. And it starts from just initial bro talk. It's turned into some really dark shit. Where
yeah, really weird.
Like gangbang raped, and then said she was hot when she was on fire, stuff like that. And Dixon's locked in listening to this, and he puts it all together, even though he's drunk, and he realizes he might have the man. Because the guy talks about how, I was in town like 9 months ago, matching up with the timeline of Lauren's murder. And he goes out, gets the plate of the truck, comes back in.
2 puffs on the cigarette. Badass.
2 puffs on, badass, comes in.
And throws it.
Yeah, I love that. That's the second time in this movie that someone took just 2 puffs on a cigarette and threw it.
2 puffs. Whenever I see someone do that, it's one of the best. When What's His Butt does that at the beginning of Succession, it's also one of the best.
Yeah, just get a little taste.
It's control. It's control.
Yeah. As I have 2 Velos in right now. Shout out Velo. You are the nicotine sponsor of this Fishy Film Fridays.
No, fuck that. Zin gang.
We got some rivalry. Add in the comments. What is your preferred nicotine brand? I'd love to hear it. Tim is actually agnostic right now. The comment with the most upvotes of nicotine brand, Tim will have as a monthly subscription to.
Yes, I mean, we'll get addicted to it.
Nice. Everyone sacrifices something for this pod. Dixon comes back in, and the guy, the criminal, it kind of instigates Dixon into coming in and sitting at the booth with him, and wants to kind of provoke a fight. And Dixon knows he's in no state to win a fight with this man, but wants to get his DNA. He goes ahead and says, "I want to show you a magic trick," which this dumbass rapist guy just invited and let Dixon get his closest hand to him, which just a dumbass. And Dixon just scratches the shit out of his face to get all of his DNA under his fingernails, which I don't know if DNA collection works that well.
No.
First of all, how long are his nails?
Bro, I thought about that because I tried scratching my thigh after I watched it the second time. I'm like, there's no way I could cut skin. I might get some skin flakes, but digging in like that.
Yeah, kind of unbelievable.
I was dumbfounded by his logic here. I'm gonna get the shit beat out of me and then pick a piece of his skin from under my fingernail and put it in a test tube. Yeah, you're gonna get a good sample. That's a great way to do it. Dumbass.
Yeah. Later on, Dixon posts ass kicking, which how
does he remember the license plate after the ass kicking?
How
does he know that the license plate corresponds to the right guy?
Well, it's a small town. They probably know. He probably figured that part out. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I also wonder too, why Mildred didn't take the license plate earlier when that creepy guy came in. But yeah, that part kind of got blanked out.
Yeah.
And she didn't do anything with the police on that, or maybe she just gave up on the police. Anyways, Dixon confronts Mildred. Hey, I think I have a lead in the case. I don't want to give you too much hope, but I think there is potential hope here. Chief Abercrombie comes back and tells him, "Oh no, it's not a match. This guy's DNA did not match any of it. His alibi is he was a service member in a classified country, deployed at the time because he talked to his commander," which is also wild too, because there's a lot of cases like this where a military officer or someone part of a government agency will provide fake alibis for people when the cops call, even though they might not know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's if you do some good old Googling, I don't have a case study up in front of me, so comment section if you want to call me out on my bullshit, go for it. But I actually implore you to make you understand that people in uniform are not all heroes. Some are the villains.
Wait, I didn't know that. That adds a whole new wrinkle to this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And so Dixon still believes this is truly the guy, but just obviously knows that they're not going to find a way to do this. He informs Mildred that, hey, I'm going to go after this guy. Mildred wants to come along, and we get the conclusion of the movie of them driving to Idaho to determine what they're going to do to the guy.
I love the phone call where he's like, I think he's in Idaho, and then she's like,
oh yeah. She's like, I was just thinking about going there. It's like, oh shit.
I like
yeah.
that.
And I love
Did you guys think it was actually him?
I didn't know the Jared thing, and so I kind of was like, oh, it's not him. But that's why I gave the reading I gave earlier about group culpability, which is like, it says something about the world if it's possible for two men within the same time frame to have group gangbanged, burned, and murdered a person.
Yeah.
And like, I actually do kind of think that is conceivable, and that maybe the guy who was in the bar did that on his tour of duty. You know, like war rape is also a big thing.
Yep.
So that was like, to me, that was my initial understanding of things, and I liked that understanding.
Damn.
Jared's description of the matter is also, like, I think, an intriguing.
And I'm going to be honest, I think I missed it. What did Jared say?
Tisk tisk. Jared said that often service members will have a higher up lie about their deployment in order to cover up a crime.
Ah. Holy shit.
There's quite a bit.
Why would they lie? There are heroes.
That's okay. Well, John obviously did not listen to much of my rant.
What was it? He is staring at the screen, but I wonder what is on the screen.
Do you have like a presentation you'd like to share or something? Or
I'm looking at. I'm here. I'm here.
He's on r/Ravens.
No, bro, that place. That's a grim place.
You used to be a power poster on there, though.
Okay.
Fuck as if.
Questions I had for y'all. Did you like the ending? Did you like how we didn't get to really see this resolved, and it kind of gave some interpretation, like Danny said? Go ahead, Tim.
I like the ending. I actually did appreciate it. How they just were sort of like. Well, it goes back to the culpable thing where they're like, oh well, even if he didn't do the rape, he's been talking about it, so he deserves it, and he's culpable, and we have to take him out. And then they sort of sit in the car and they realize that maybe, I don't feel like it.
They said, let's think about it once we get there or something.
Which I think is nice. They're just having a nice road trip.
Yeah.
It's a long drive, too. I mean, Missouri's in the south, and Idaho's like then really far away, so it's a long drive.
Oh, I didn't really put that together.
It's a drive. I've been driving like that. Let me show you. Hey, I want to share something. Or Danny, go ahead. I didn't ask you yours.
Wait, what was the question?
Did you like that ending?
You both have cut out now.
No, you're there.
You like it?
What was the question?
Did you like the ending?
Did I like the ending? I like the open-ended nature of it. I like that McDonagh is not someone that's going to give you something ready-made, clean-cut, etc.
Nice. All right, I'm going to transition this now to some civil disobedience. Do you guys see my screen?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, I saw this on... dude, everyone goes on Wikipedia on this pod and then passes off Wiki.
I don't go on Wikipedia.
Tim does actual original presentations.
Wait, I have a follow-up question. I was talking about Frances McDormand with some lusty comments in our Blood Simple pod.
Yeah, you were.
She kind of looks good right here as well.
For a woman in her like 50s, late 50s in this?
Yeah, she looks good.
Let's do a little
Frances. Joel Cohen, not that handsome of a guy, so he's pulling.
But he's talented.
That's true.
So what are you showing me with this?
Let's just go through some Frances McDormand pictures for a minute.
We can only see the screen of the article.
You can. Okay. So, of course, we have our billboards in the background for those who are watching and not listening, and have not had a chance to watch the film. Pretty
hard of seeing.
Hard of seeing. Great font, great red. You know, the marketing perspective of this, Tim, I would really like to hear your perspective on it. But like for just a small town angry mother with a dead daughter, like she went at this well. She didn't even need help from the guy who is the advertising.
Yeah, we already touched on this.
Yes. But we're going to go
over... From the filmmaking front, hold up, let's go back up. From the filmmaking front, I just want to point out the red sleeve.
Oh, yes, that is good.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and then we're going to get down there. In 2018, there was quite a
it's
bit
so tiny. Make it bigger.
How do I
zoom in? You got to zoom in.
Oh, no.
Make the Woody
Control
bigger.
plus.
Wait, no, now everything's gone. Is that how you do it on Mac?
Command plus.
Command plus.
I can't read it.
How big is your monitor?
Very big.
I'm like...
So, oh, there we go.
71 dead and still no arrest. How come?
Grenfell Tower.
Which not as powerful.
That was
not as powerful. But they were doing this around London and, Chelsea, and I guess Westminster Abbey. What a great way of like protesting and marketing.
Geographical knowledge of the UK? Completely out of pocket. That was insane, bro. London, no Chelsea, no Westminster, no.
Well, no, that's Westminster there.
Yeah, it's not at the Abbey. That's Grenfell Tower.
Yeah. Grenfell Tower in the background. Okay, we're going back to it.
Are you familiar with Grenfell Tower?
The apartment complex?
Yeah.
Yeah, that like burnt down in 2018. I'm not too certain of like the whole case study of it and what all ever led into it, but it's like, do you have a better understanding to it?
Not a lot. I was just curious that if you knew about it, because I just learned about it like in October when I was at a conference about cities, and so I didn't know how common knowledge this was. But continue.
Yeah, big deal in the UK. And what's crazy is like we had that apartment complex collapsed in Florida or something like a year or two ago, and no one fucking talks about that.
That's true.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like a lot of people. I don't know if 71 died, but it was quite a bit. Like I think around the 30s. This happened in Miami, and this is after the shooting in Parkland.
Slaughtered in school and still no gun control. How come, Marco Rubio?
Oh, that's Parkland.
Parkland shooting. Oh. Yeah. Like just easy, great creative activism. Now the problem is it does cost quite a bit of money to rent trucks and have these guys drive around, which goes back into professional activists. Parkland.
Oh, come on.
Danny did go to Parkland High School, Florida.
That's
Florida.
A box.
Florida. Yeah. And then we get this one about the Syria. How come 500,000 dead in Syria and still no action? How come Security Council? This was outside the UN in New York City. And then we get some GLP-1 advertisements.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is some gay lib shit.
100%.
Oh, okay. Like because it's on trucks, or would you rather been on stationary billboards?
I would rather people be throwing goddamn Molotov cocktails.
So we're talking more the direct action rather than the peaceful civil disobedience.
This is just like, it's classic. It's just the most lib brain thing to see something on
absolutely
movie and replicate it ad infinitum and not take other lessons from that movie.
Yeah,
it's like 100%. The Handmaid's Tale at the fucking thing, and it's like no. Handmaid's Tale isn't about people wearing cute little uniforms. It's like the networks that form to support each other. They they take the aesthetics and they remove all of the substance.
Oh, 100%, Daniel. It's like they buy the Green Book. It's just
get the fuck out of here.
And this whole movie is just another fucking Green Book. Hollywood liberals can feel good about.
I'm not critiquing the movie. I'm critiquing people that saw the movie and said, "Oh, I'm going to make cute signs."
Oh, I understand, but
I do. Not that I don't like these trucks in particular, but I do love a good billboard campaign about like political activism. Like after Doge was going around, people were making like the postcard billboards of the national parks. Like I don't know if you got to see these around your area. One was like for Cuyahoga Valley National Park, like. Come to Cuyahoga Valley National Park now with limited staff.
No, I did not see that.
And like it was like
you're talking about like the Kings, like this is stuff that like people would hold in like the No Kings protest.
Yes, 100%.
There's 3 orange signs.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it's okay, but I do like a bit more direct action that forces people. But then again, I also I think it works at a good grassroots level. I think on national campaigns, like attacking a U.S. sitting senator is not going to be effective because those people can just put on blinders and silence you out. But like going after like a town police chief, I think can be effective.
Oh yeah, I'm with you there. Actually, I'm with you there.
Yeah, I think it's good for grassroots type mobilization activism because like the whole town was talking. Now we're talking the movie here, but like I've seen people put stuff up about like local city council in my town of like 5,000, and like it stirs up action, and that turns into the community Facebook group and a bunch of like retirees, seniors, people get involved and they start asking the right question because those people you can actually connect to and go communicate with. They're a figure in the community.
Yep, I'm with you.
I think we lost Tim again.
No, I heard you. Direct action.
Screen nature. In terms of that, do you guys actually believe there was any good character growth throughout this film?
No.
Mainly between Dixon and Frances McDormand.
Yes, and
sure. By the end, they.
And who else, Danny?
Willoughby.
Okay.
Willoughby didn't grow. The only thing he grew was in the ground. This is fucking dirt, bro. He didn't grow shit.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
He
didn't grow at all.
Yes,
did Peter Dinklage grow?
No, he shrunk.
That's mean. Quick side note. Peter Dinklage's casting in Wicked as the goat professor.
No, we actually don't have to touch on this. We can just go on to the next thing. Not a quick side note.
All right, so Tim says he doesn't believe anyone grew. Danny says they grew. I also agree. I think they did change, and I think they didn't have like a revolutionary change. I think they just realized that they both can be flawed in their ways and can improve a little bit upon themselves. But I think they're easy people that are going to fall back in dumb ways. Like Dixon might do this one redeeming act and go murder a guy. But is he going to go back hometown and become like a hero, or just go back and hang out with Mrs. Mac and still be a dickhead?
Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. Any other
final thoughts?
Let's go ahead and move it over to final thoughts. All right. Do we have any closing comments before final thoughts? Because final thoughts, we're going to give the right grading.
I think I got them all.
Okay.
Yeah, I said what I wanted to say.
Okay. Next pick is
Tim.
Me.
Tim. So Danny, you're up first.
Acting really good. Cast really good. Cinematography pretty good. Story very strong. Overall takeaways strong. Watchability very strong.
Sexiness.
I went into the movie. We usually talk about like, oh, have you seen this movie before? Have you not? Blah blah blah. We didn't really do that this time. And I had not seen this movie before because I thought it was lib shit.
Oh.
And then I didn't even know that it was McDonagh. And so then I was looking it up before I watched it. And I was like, oh my God, it's McDonagh. Because I love McDonagh. In Bruges and Banshees are like top 25 all time for me.
Bruges is great.
And so I was like, okay, interesting. Maybe it's not what I thought it was. Watch the movie. It's not really that much lib shit. It maybe has a lib uptake, but it's not really lib shit. And I regret the fact that I've never seen it before. I love McDonagh. It does all the things that I like a McDonagh film for. And I am giving it a 5 out of 5.
Oh!
What?
Lib trapped. I got him in my lib trap, the little mouse.
Dude, that's crazy.
Wow, Danny. It took quite a few of my talking points. I'm going to take some of yours from previous items here. My biggest love about this, and this is coming from where I am in the country, and you've said this before, of like you feel like Chicago or New York is a character in a movie. Movie. Ebbing is a character in this movie, and I loved how that was captured. We live in a world where the author of Hillbilly Elegy is arguably the second most powerful person in the world. And this movie captures a hillbilly elegy better than what any fucking venture capitalist Peter Thiel funded little memoir that may or may not have truth to it or whatnot ever could. Every character injected into this movie is a character in a true small town. This is one of the best depictions of small town Americana. I feel like that isn't the main purpose of it in the first place. There's so many other messages with it, but just an amazing part of it. Even the Peter Dinklage injections, like I thought that could have went wrong, and like they could have like flubbed that, made it a little too silly. Handled it tremendously. Even the used car dealer part of it, I kind of underappreciate that until we brought it back up. In terms of like the call to action, political activist part to this, love the grassroots movement to it. I don't think people in the world do take that away, and they thought this is how you do a national type campaign. That doesn't really quite work. We already hit that up. Acting is superb. Attractive people that are even dressed in unattractive ways or act in unattractive ways. Character redemptions are great, and then it like just brings up some amazing questions, especially in like the whole Willoughby character arc could have like been ignored, and I still think it would have been a great story, but like provided just an interesting like front half to this movie that like reigned over it for the rest of the plot, and didn't hinder and didn't become the main emphasis, but made it great. Underappreciated soundtrack on this. We didn't hit it up.
Yes, that's true.
The when they fucking plugged the soundtrack, the Four Tops, Don't Run Away.
Towns Van Zandt.
Yep. They did the band, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down, which one of my favorite songs ever, because like it's not because it's about the Confederacy, but it's about like just how folks truly didn't realize like how lost of a cause that was. Not talking about the lost cause mythology, but like how the people were just like, what the fuck did we just do? Like just revolted against the country and ruined our lives and everything and killed hundreds of thousands. As I digress about the Civil War. Frances McDormand, absolute goddess, amazing. Sam Rockwell, the man. This movie brought forth some of the most underrated ensemble actors and actresses of, I think, this century. BAFTA Bader in chief is absolutely indeed. I would argue this movie deserves to be in the top 100 of all time. 5 out of 5.
All right. Good review. Well, that means it's my turn, right? I mean, I don't like being the pessimist. I don't like being the guy who brings everybody down or brings the score down, but I'm going to have to play that role right now because
wow.
I kind of didn't. I saw maybe the complete opposite in some ways that you guys saw it, and it's for Danny. I see this as quintessential Hollywood lib shit. Like this is in the Green Book cinematic universe. Like unbelievable the empty platitudes they're throwing out, and like I think it's disgusting that they did that. That's IMO. This is why this is a film, is IMO. And Jared, you say this is such a real small town, and like I thought that this is, I think, my biggest gripe is, Scorsese says, write what you know. That's what you got to do. McDonagh doesn't know middle America. These people are horrible. They're acting terrible to each other. He doesn't understand how the Midwest values, how people are actually nice. There's no like redeeming quality in like nearly anybody. I don't care that they have a transformation. McDonagh ought to stay on his side of the fucking Atlantic Ocean, and I'm gonna be real with that. And I was cringing, bro. This movie, I was cringing. And maybe if I saw it after having a spot of tea or like, and it was in a nicer mood, maybe it would have been better, but I just didn't vibe. And that's okay, because that is what film is about. And you guys gave it 5 out of 5. I'm giving it a 2 out of 5.
Whoa.
I do think the acting was very good. The acting was good, and I agree, cinematography, music, But Jesus.
John, I would like to read to you a quotation from New York Times columnist Wesley Morris. He said that McDonagh's portrayal of rural America was a set of postcards from a Martian lured to America by a cable news ticker and by rumors of how easily flattered and provoked we are.
So he's saying he agrees.
He's agreed.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, they say that the plot contained 1,000 cheap coincidences.
You got that right.
Devoid of any remotely honest observation of the society it purports.
Maybe I should have just read his review.
Yeah.
Listen, can't win them all. You guys loved it, and I think that's great.
I'm just pointing out that criticism has been made. Not to say that your criticism is wrong, but to say that you're not alone in this. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's hard of viewing type people out there who just can't quite comprehend these films.
I just think back to like I think I remember in 2017 that people were talking about this movie and like, oh, it's so important. This is such an important film. And I didn't see it, but a little thing in me went, Green Book. I had a green light bulb go off. Green Book. That's when you know that this is the Hollywood tricksters trying to make them feel good about themselves and that they understand.
So did Danny and I fall for that trap?
You unfortunately did. You fell into the mouse trap and you ate the slice of cheese.
Yummy. We do love our cheese.
But that's okay. Sometimes I disagree with you guys. Not all the time, but this is one of them.
This is a very stark disagreement.
This is. I mean, I'm feeling hostility within this call.
2 out of 5 stars for a movie this good. How come, John?
I just said.
I know.
This is lower than just pull up your ratings. This is lower than I think you've probably given Mamma Mia.
This is lower than Decline of the American Empire. This is lower than
Wow.
This is lower than Mamma Mia 2. Mamma Mia 2 I give a 4.
John, now I have a follow-up question though. Like, what's your opinion on the other McDonagh works that you've seen? I thought you were
Banshees of Inisherin is great. Like that's his world. He understands the Irish and Scottish. I love In Bruges.
I feel like there are a lot of similarities between these movies.
Absolutely, but I don't. For some reason, this one didn't hit for me.
I'll give you kudos on the too many coincidences type thing with the plot. That's fair, but I have just very strong disagreement, and this obviously is like the capturing of Americana, and maybe this is because you've been in just an urban setting most of your life, or very
like that's bullshit. Like I know that this is not an accurate depiction of America. Like
I am the one who is most embedded in the white trash community of America.
Right, and you don't understand them.
I don't know, man. I'm wearing my nice vest, and it's a Columbia. Let's just be honest. Come on.
Oh shit.
Yeah, just put that in perspective. So
there are some things that are beautiful about the film. I will give it that.
Do you like the music?
You should tell us what the next beautiful film is that we're going to watch together.
I will. I think it's important we dive a bit deeper into one of these actors that we saw, especially after some of the comments that were made. And so we're going to see the star maker of Peter Dinklage. This was his first big film. We are watching independent movie. It's called The Station Agent. You got claps.
I've never seen.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
This is on Pluto.
The fuck is Pluto?
It's free on Pluto. It's like a Tubi sort of deal.
Okay.
It's on Roku. Don't worry about
it. But yeah, we're gonna watch that next time. We're gonna talk about Peter and rest in peace, Scott.
Yeah.
And rest in peace, Mike Tomlin. Rest in peace, Greenland,
Columbia.
Rest in peace,
Peter Dinklage.
How dare you put that in the universe, John? You know their lifespans are short.
It's not a bird.
And I also got one. Rest in peace, Billy Joel.
Don't you dare. Wait, look what I got. Bow, bow,
And with that, we hope to see you next week. No fish in the pod, and
the Catholics are heavy.
No fish in the movie, but we're fishing.
There's no fish
for more likes, more comments, more subscribers, and more love, more peace and love. God bless. See you next time.
They did go fishing. They went fishing on the lakeside. Stuffed animals.
For stuffed animals.